Is that just the food we've been eating?
Yeah.
How's it going, everybody? Machalo. Today's gonna be a little bit of a different video than I normally do. Instead of talking about some random subject, I'm gonna be talking about this random subject. Freeze-dried food in a bag. All right, so I'm gonna be going backpacking in a couple of days with my son. And right now we're trying to organize some food that we can take with us. And you wanna pack as light as possible, which means freeze-dried meals that you just add water to, and then you can eat them. So we're gonna go ahead and review a meal that I bought at Walmart from Mountain House Food Company. Breakfast skillet with hash brown, scrambled eggs, and pork sausage patties, peppers, and onions. Now, I am not new to freeze-dried meals, but I've never gotten one at Walmart. So this is the cheapest one I've ever got. I think this was like $4. Okay? And usually freeze-dried meals are between $8 and $11 at REI, and they got better brands, or at least that's what I think. So that's where I normally buy them when I go backpacking, and I have never bought one at Walmart.
So the first thing that you notice when you look at the photo on the front of this package is the nice couple drinking their morning coffee out of their matching coffee mugs with the sun poking up over the rock ridge. And this third guy in the orange sleeves has walked up to this group of strangers and is trying to get some free breakfast out of it. I know this is what's happening because this package only serves 2 people. So how would these 3 people be crazy enough to try to cook a breakfast skillet made for 2 for 3 whole people? Now you can tell that this blonde lady here, she's totally fine with it. She's looking at him like she wants a little bit of him on the side, but you can tell that he is not very happy with this situation. On the bottom left side of the package, it's got 3 icons. It says it cooks in less than 10 minutes, it says just add water, and that there's no cleanup. Obviously there's cleanup. Even if you eat it directly out of the bag, you still have to throw the bag away. That's called cleaning up. Another interesting thing to note is that the expiration date on this thing is longer than Jared Fogel's prison sentence. It says it's best by June 2048. Taking a look at the nutritional facts, everything looks pretty normal. It does have a pretty high sodium content. The cholesterol is pretty high, 240 milligrams, 80% of your daily value. The calories from fat is really high, 190 calories per serving out of 350 is quite a lot. Moving on to the preparation instructions, it says open the package at the tear notch, remove and discard the oxygen absorber, and carefully add 1.5 cups of boiling water. Stir carefully and close the zipper, and optionally you can stir it again after 4 minutes, which we will do if they think it will make a better product. Number 4, let it stand for 8 to 9 minutes, stir it up and enjoy it right out of the pouch. And then here at the bottom, here's a little disclaimer. If you forget to remove the oxygen absorber before adding the water, don't worry. Your food's still safe to eat. Simply remove and discard the absorber. All right, so now we're gonna tear open this package and see what the food looks like inside. Just pour it out onto a little plate and take a look at it up close. At first glance, everything looks totally edible and a little bit delicious even. The hash browns sort of look like dried toast that have been crumbled up. The sausage just looks like normal little sausage pellets. The green and red bell peppers have retained their color just fine. But the eggs look like the worst part. They look like cut up pieces, cut up chunks of dense yellow sponge, and I really hope that they don't taste that way. All right, so let's take this outside. We'll heat up 1.5 cups of water just like I would if I was outdoors and camping, and then we'll pour that water into the bag, seal it up, and wait about 4 minutes, and then we're gonna stir it up just like it said on the package. And this is where we get our first glimpse of how the food is looking while it's cooking.
It looks like good.
Oh, it looks like good? Kind of looks like chunky vomit to me. All right, do you mind if I give it a stir as well?
No, I can do it.
After we stir it up, we just seal it back up and give it another 4 or 5 minutes.
Is it time to eat that?
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes, so it's time to eat. I gave it an extra minute from the cooking instructions. My 4-year-old son helps me by holding the camera while I pour the food from a boiling hot bag onto our blue camping plate. As it's coming out of the bag, it doesn't remind me of a breakfast skillet. It sort of reminds me of sort of a goulash or a gruel. It's just sort of a sloppy, wet potato slushy. Everything about it really reminds you of vomit, except for, thankfully, the smell. It sort of, I guess, smelled like a breakfast skillet should. Now, the first thing I did was I separated out each ingredient, the hash browns, the pork sausage, and the egg, and the bell peppers into separate little piles so I could try each one individually. I tried the red and green bell peppers first, which basically just disintegrated immediately into your mouth. Like, have you ever tried those Listerine mint strips that you just place underneath your tongue or on top of your tongue and they just evaporate? That's basically what happened to the red and green bell pepper. Next, I tried the egg. The egg didn't taste anything like egg. It tasted like a bit of a sweet biscuit bread or something. Why is it so bready for egg? It's supposed to be egg, but it looks super bready. Very, very spongy, like a tough, stale sponge. The sausage was the best part. It tasted just like you would expect little pieces of sausage link to taste like. I need a close-up of my sausage bits! And the last ingredient that I tried were the hash browns, which tasted just like the breading on fried Panda Express food. And then finally I mixed everything together and I took a whole bite of it just like you're supposed to, all of it at once. And that was an awful decision because the egg, that terrible egg, cardboard, biscuit bready, tough textured taste overwhelmed all of the other flavors. If I were to actually eat this dish, I would have to pick out every piece of egg and move it to the other side of the plate just so I could enjoy my meal. So when it came down to this breakfast skillet with all the different ingredients in the bag, the best tasting item that was in there were the little pork sausage patty crumbles, which my son kept stealing off my fork and eating every time I tried to get a close-up shot of them. And, oh God, that was the one I was using to record. It'll be no surprise to you that the egg was by far the worst part. Unfortunately, it made up a significant amount of what was in that bag, so you're losing a lot of calories if you're not eating those. So I would not recommend this meal based off of those eggs alone because it's just such a gigantic waste. You're looking at almost 30% of what's in this bag is the egg. The hash browns are edible as well as the pork sausage, but these eggs are entirely inedible. And so if you're not going to eat these eggs, you're really not bringing a full meal with you, and it's just not worth it. Alright everybody, leave a comment down below if you'd like to see me review any other food items like this. Otherwise, if you liked this video, thumbs up. If you hated it, thumbs down. And as always, please subscribe.